G'day, welcome to Movie Juice, your home of all things film, right here on Star Picks. My name's James Tobin and we have a huge show coming up, including some of the biggest stars in the world. Does it get any bigger than Denzel Washington? Well, he's just been on the red carpet to promote his new film. This is every nervous flyer's worst nightmare. It's called Flight, that very shortly, but first, here's what's coming up on the show. In tonight's show, Alicia Malone chats to Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena about their new film, End of Watch. Then she hits the red carpet in LA for Flight, the new film starring Denzel Washington. After that, we take a look at what they're calling the ladies' answer to the Hangover, as Kirtsen Dunst, Isla Fisher, Lizzy Caplan and Rebel Wilson team up for a new comedy called Bachelorette. And of course, we're going to fill you in on all the latest Hollywood news. All that coming up, but first up, we're going to head to the trailer park for something that's brand fresh, spanking new on the net. The new trailer for Iron Man 3. Hasn't this franchise just been huge? All your favourites are back. Robert Downey Jr., Don Cheadle and Gwyneth Paltrow. But then we've got some brand new heavy hitters, Ben Kingsley and Aussie Guy Pearce, who seems to be in everything at the moment. Take a look.
Got a lot of apologies to make.
Nothing's been the same since New York. You experience things, and then they're over. I can't sleep. And when I do, I have nightmares.
Honestly, there's 100 people who want to kill me.
I hope I can protect the one thing I can't live without.
Ladies, children, sheep. Some people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher. Lesson number 1. Heroes. There is no such thing.
This Iron Man franchise just keeps on going to that next level, doesn't it? Iron Man 3 is due for a May release worldwide next year. OK, moving on, and if you're into cop dramas, this one is for you. It looks fantastic. It's dirty, fast-paced, really gritty, and it stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Michael Pena, who play partners who stumble upon a secret which makes them the target of a big international drug cartel. And Alicia Malone got to sit down with the pair and find out exactly what lengths they went to get into the role.
We were basic patrol here at Newton, one of the toughest divisions in the LAPD.
Take pride in what you do, you guys.
Yes, sir. I got him. Try to run. Pit him, man. Pit him.
You know, I see you guys out here being good little company, man. It's all fun and games. You get to run and jump and fight and shoot.
I'm down with that.
Watch your 6.
It's so interesting the way it was shot as well, that whole almost like a first-person shooter game.
Exactly.
With a camera on a gun, and it just made me terrified. Was that part of the reason why you wanted to shoot it in that way and set it up like Jake was filming?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why I decided, look, it's not my first cop movie.
Yeah.
And I never expected to go into another cop movie in South Central LA about the LAPD. But you know, a friend of mine who's a cop was showing me all this footage that he and his buddies had shot at work, you know, with video cameras and handheld and wearable cameras. And it was some of the most compelling footage I've seen. And I'm like, man, this would be unbelievable in a movie. And things started evolving from there. And as I got into it, I decided not to go into the fight with one hand tied, you know, and I decided I would use any tool available to tell this story.
Well, I feel like a lot of times in this movie, the reality line's blurred especially with the way it was shot. For you guys, I know Annie had to do a scene looking into a little handheld camera. Were there times when you forgot that the cameras were around and it did feel like it?
I didn't know where the cameras were half the time.
Yeah?
Yeah, there would be like hidden cameras like in between people.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, depending on what scene it was or handheld, and you just never knew. I think by the time we finished shooting, we didn't even care about the cameras anymore because there were so many of them that you didn't even know which one you wanted to pay attention to.
That guy is into something. You're not a detective. Follow me into the house.
Alicia!
Oh my God.
Be careful. You just tugged on the tail of the snake. It's gonna turn around and bite you back.
That's what I loved about this film, the humorous moments
Yeah.
between you and Michael.
Yeah.
Did seem like you guys had a great bond, and he was saying that a lot of that had to do with the stuff you saw during the ride-along. Was that the moment that you guys connected?
Yeah, I mean, I think we watched other police officers and how they interacted and behaviorally, and just, you know, there's so much joking going on, and then they'd get a call, and immediately, you know, they'd be focused and it'd be completely serious. It was amazing. You know, it's that moment where, you know, somebody, in any moment you can see, anybody who's really great at their job, you know, they can compartmentalize, you know, and there was this amazing sort of switch into the next compartment.
I love also the humorous moments in the film between you and Jake. Seemed like you guys had a great bond, but David was just telling me, maybe not at the start, and then there was a moment where you guys bonded. Can you pinpoint that moment?
I can't. He thinks he knows the moment, but I was like, yeah, that was cool. But you know, yeah, we didn't totally get along, you know, in the beginning, and that was okay. You know, sometimes you do movies with people that you don't get along with, and, you know, that's that. But there was actually one, like, I know the third month, we got along, and I was like, wow, like, you know, when we were in ride-alongs, it's dangerous. We were wearing bulletproof vests, we were in the thick of things, and sometimes we'd go, you know, he would tell us, he's like, you know, the guys would tell us, he's like, yeah, man, that's where they killed an officer right there. So it's like, whoa. I don't care who's in the car. And so we knew what we were involved in. I'm like, you know, Jake saw somebody die, actually die. Like in his first ride along, we saw, like, you know, somebody shot up 5 times in the face, like, you know, bloody this, bloody that.
So that'll bond you, that experience.
Yeah, I mean, also when you step out of the car and they're making a traffic stop and you're watching each other and they're, you know, you have people like, yo, man, what y'all doing here? Like, whatever. Like, you know that you got to take care of your buddy.
Word is, they got a hit on y'all, man. Y'all been greenlit.
We're cops. Everybody wants to kill us. Whoa. 13 X-ray 13, suspect running on foot.
Look at me. We're shooting our way out of here, bro.
Okay. On 3, dude. You're gonna empty your mag and run. 1, 2, 3.
And End of Watch is in cinemas now. Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, Renee Brack with all the latest Hollywood news, and we head to LA where Denzel Washington hit the red carpet to promote his new film, Flight. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. This is your captain speaking. Welcome back to Movie Juice. We are just about to head to LA to get onto the red carpet with Denzel Washington talking about his brand new movie, Flight. But first, let's get up to the minute with everything happening in Hollywood. Here's Renee Brack.
With girlfriend Stacey Keebler at his side, George Clooney took to the red carpet for the Carousel of Hope Ball in Beverly Hills, where he was the evening's honoree. Hollywood philanthropist Barbara Davis heads up the event, which raises money for diabetes care and research.
I've been friends with Barbara for a little bit, and she helped us a lot with the during the Haiti telethon, and asked me to show up for this one, and I said I'd be honored because she does such wonderful work here. It's a great thing.
Big names of the big screen turned out for the 16th Annual Hollywood Film Awards in Los Angeles. Robert De Niro, Bradley Cooper and director David O. Russell were honoured for Silver Linings Playbook, due out later this year. Ben Affleck and fellow cast members of Argo received recognition, as did Dustin Hoffman, Amy Adams and Richard Gere, who took home a Lifetime Achievement Award. As fiancée Olivia Martinez stood close by, Halle Berry stunned in metallic lace at the Hollywood premiere of her new film Cloud Atlas. The $100 million epic also stars Tom Hanks, who along with Berry plays 6 characters in the 3-hour-long movie that spans 500 years. Rounding out the red carpet guest list were cast members Susan Sarandon, Jim Sturgis, Jim Broadbent and Keith David, while Keanu Reeves showed up to support the film. With Prince Charles and wife Camilla in attendance, Daniel Craig hit the red carpet in London for the royal world premiere of his third James Bond film, Skyfall.
The movies have just been consistently great over the years, and you know, it's just an honour for me to sort of like be a part of that and continue it.
Javier Bardem plays 007's nemesis in the film, and Judi Dench returns as Bond's boss, M, while Naomi Harris and Berenice Malloy pull Bond girl duty.
To be able to be out there, you know, firing guns and, you know, being an equal to him in the field, I absolutely loved that.
I feel extremely honoured, and it's a unique experience I will never forget.
Skyfall opens in Australia on November 22. Rock and roll royalty graced the red carpet in London. Members of the Rolling Stones, past and present, attended the BFI London Film Festival's world premiere of the band's 50th anniversary documentary, Crossfire Hurricane.
It's a good film. I quite enjoy the film. It looks like a pretty mad ride, most of it, so it's quite fun.
This is amazing, quite honestly. You know, I mean, it's, like I say, I'm just a guitar player and I write a few songs, but no, bless you all for being here. And now I've got to watch history, right? I'm only 38.
And that's it for Movie Juice News.
Thanks, Renee. All right, for this next bit, it's very important you do nothing unless you hear us shout, evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. If that happens, panic. Denzel Washington's new movie is called Flight. Alicia Malone was in LA for the red carpet. Take a look.
With the flight simulator, did you ever manage to do the move?
What do you mean, a roll?
Yeah.
No, they don't. I don't know if you can do that on a simulator, but we did.
How many times did you crash?
I never crashed.
I know you put a lot of your own personal story into the film. Does that make you nervous when you're watching it with an audience? Is it painful?
It is and it isn't. I mean, you know, my mom saw the movie in New York, you know, because I'm from New York, and so a lot of my family were there, but they kind of knew that it was going to be a little bit of a rough story and that they were going to have to hang in there with our guys, so...
It is a rough
at this point, honestly, I mean, it's been a long time for me, thankfully. You know, I got sober when I was 25, and when I started writing this movie, I didn't have any kids. Now I've got 3 kids. I mean, I'm a suburban dad now, so it's... You know, it's a different place.
Rob Zemeckis' first live-action film since Castaway, starring Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Not too many reasons to say no.
No, exactly, yeah. There was like, please, hire me. That was one of those things. You know, a lot of times when you're going for a job and it just feels right, it becomes easy process because you know you can do the part and you feel like you're right for that character. And so it was a real calm process going through that until I finally got the job. Then I'm like, you celebrate for 24 hours. You go, all right, I got a great job with like 2 legendary, you know, Robert Zemeckis and Denzel Washington. And then you go, oh no, I got a movie with, you know, I gotta get to work. What am I gonna do? So it's terrifying, but fun and gratifying.
The hardest part about playing Alan Block was actually learning the lines, and so I spent a lot of time doing that. And as I learned them, you do something that's called breaking down the script. I need to understand, in fact, what I'm saying, and it's a language, although in English, very foreign to me. And so breaking it down informed me a lot. I was given by the production photographs of actual Transportation Board hearings, and a wonderful costume, and my hair done over from the rag mop I like to wear, not tonight, you know, sort of put her all together with the departments and got my marching orders from Mr. Zemeckis, and then I got to sit there opposite Denzel Washington all day long and had a ball.
What are these poor people about to see the film in for? Do they know what they're in for? Quite a ride.
They, you know, if they brought a seatbelt, they'd be better off, you know? But they're in for a head game. That's really fantastic.
Now, I was asking people's scariest flying moments. I think you have one that tops them all.
You know mine, yeah. They're crashing in a small plane, sinking and swimming away. It was, yeah. It's funny, I've been in Hollywood like 25 years. I've never told that story, right? But you know, you do a movie about flying and somehow it comes up.
Denzel is such an incredible actor, especially in this film. You can see the pain behind his eyes. What was it like looking into those eyes?
I mean, just being on set with him and
just watching him be the character and just seeing how in it he was and how he never ever drops character. Like, even when they say cut, he's still that character. It was just, I learned a lot just from, you know, watching him on set. But, you know, acting with him alongside him, you know, was amazing. It was a great experience for me.
So you might meet the actual Denzel tonight?
Yeah.
Are you excited and relieved to finally have it to audiences, or is there some nerves as well?
No, I mean, it's honestly, for me, it's like a fever dream, honestly, to be here, you know, getting to see the movie with an audience has been amazing, and I've seen it with a bunch of audiences, and it's always fun.
I know that Denzel listened to a lot of Crash boxes. Did you as well?
Oh, yeah. We didn't even look at each other. Be like, oh man, did you hear that one crash? You're like, that's. So it was yeah. I listened to crashes. We trained in the simulator together down at Delta, and we learned how to talk to air traffic control. So it's terrifying, you know. To hear people's last words. Like, some of them, you know, they think they're just everything's going fine, and then it's like the end. You know, it's just terrifying.
Thanks, Alicia. Now, if you're a fan of The Hangover or Bridesmaids, stick around because we're going to show you Bachelorette. Not only is it very funny, it's also got Isla Fisher and Rebel Wilson, two Aussies taking over Hollywood. And in What's the Fuss, we're going to show you a brand new trailer and we want your opinion on it. Welcome back to Movie Juice. This next one is for you if you're feeling like a bit of a laugh. It's called Bachelorette. It stars Kirtsen Dunst, Lizzy Caplan. It's got Aussie Isla Fisher and Rebel Wilson, who is taking over the world. When she was doing the promo tour for this one in the States, she won over the hearts of American TV hosts and audiences alike. She is certainly doing some very big things at the moment. And I guess they're calling this one a little bit like the female Hangover, if we didn't already have that with Bridesmaids. But it's about a group of girls who are throwing a bachelorette party and all of a sudden they're racing to try and save the wedding. Take a look.
You don't even know my day right now. I was having lunch with Becky.
So, I have some news. Dale asked me to marry him.
That's insane. You know we're all gonna have to be in this wedding now. Silver lining. We're gonna get to throw a bachelorette party. We're gonna get to dress up and be cool. It's gonna be just like prom.
We are having ice cream in our suite after the rehearsal dinner.
And then we're gonna party, right? Like.
Oh, yeah, it's just that I'm not a big partier anymore.
I'm so glad you're here.
You two know each other from
high school.
Since I was your age.
All right, I'm gonna go sit down. Becky and Dale.
Look at these people. It's like a Jane Austen novel on crack.
Yo, Becky! Say what? You getting married! Magic.
Katie and Jenna seem a little...
Oh my God. Tell me she can still wear that. There's got to be something you can do here.
This is housekeeping, not Project Runway.
What do you call bachelorette party without a bride?
Friday.
Busted. It's like you guys caught us en route to a gentleman's club.
Are you sure you're gonna get in? Because I don't see any gentlemen here.
Would you relax? What am I doing? All right, I like to see you man up.
It's the best night of my life, you guys!
I just want to give you what you want.
What do I want?
You want someone to put you in your place.
Ah, come here.
I really hate weddings.
We're missing Katie and Jenna. I guess we found Katie.
Shut up! I hate you! And I hate you! I'm gonna walk in and wear my pajamas like a Michael Jackson.
And Bachelorette is in cinemas now. OK, for this week's What's the Fuss, we do things a little bit differently. Rather than just showing you a funny clip, we wanted to get your opinion on this because it's kind of something that we've all got an opinion about. See, Superman is being revamped a little bit. The old classic is getting a new look, he's getting a new name, he's now Man of Steel, and the content is a little bit heavier than what we're used to, so we'd like to know what you think about this. So firstly, why don't you have a look at the trailer?
give the people an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
So what do you think? That's the new look Superman. If you're feeling like there are a few influences there, well, the Dark Knight team have helped out. Christopher Nolan has helped produce and write this one, and Hans Zimmer, who did the soundtrack for The Dark Knight, has stepped in to do the soundtrack for this one. So it's a little bit heavier than we're used to, but let us know what you think. Just go to facebook.com/MNCTV for our What's the Fuss segment. All right, that's about it for this week's show, but next week we've got a great show lined up, including your first look at a brand new film out of the US called The Sessions. It stars William H. Macy and Helen Hunt. There are some fairly adult themes, but Hollywood is certainly buzzing about this one. We'll show you that all next week, and until then, please stick with us here at StarPix for all the movies you know and the actors you love. Broadcast in high definition with 5.1 surround sound where available. For all the best in entertainment news, find or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and MNC.TV.